All right, all right, all right, all right. We're back. This is the GFB, the Grateful Brothers Meetup. And what we do, we are four entrepreneurs, young African American brothers. I did say young. And we meet up once a week to come together, discuss wins, losses, a little bit of brevity, and a little bit of levity. But most of all, we express our gratitude. And what we hope you gain from our conversation is not only the perspective and the mindset to look at your challenges and the things in life just a little bit differently, but also to embrace the part of you that a lot of us release, which is the childlike person inside. Because in actuality, all of us are grown-up children every day still trying to figure it out. So if the world's a little bit harder today, this conversation is going to be your medicine because it's about to be easy. My brothers Rod and Greg are here with me. My brother John might join a little bit later. If you have not met him, you will want to go back to our previous episode. Also, make sure you tune in for our part 2 of our 90s cartoon bracket that we're having today. If you missed part 1, it's on the previous episode. Go check it out at your leisure. But tonight, we're ready to get it in. Rod, Greg, how you doing, man? Talk to him.
Doing good. It's a new week. It does start today. And I don't know what day it is half the time, but hey, I'm pushing forward. I'm grateful to be alive, grateful to have opportunities to meet and connect with you guys. And I'm also grateful for not having to go back and work at a 9 to 5.
Come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm grateful for today.
First.
I'll have to echo that sentiment, man. I'm grateful to be alive, got breath in my lungs, the gift of connecting with people naturally, and just everywhere I go, opportunities present themselves, and it's starting to look after this week like I will never have to go back to a 9 to 5, and so that's the best news I have right now. You show up as the person you want to be. You don't wait for permission slips. You don't wait for certifications or degrees. You just decide that this is the person you're going to be and this is how you're showing up, and then the world will confirm it to you. So I'm grateful that the principles that have been laid since the beginning of time still work, regardless of your color, your race, your ethnicity, your religion, or lack of religion. Principles do not discriminate.
Principles don't discriminate. I love that. And neither does the power of your words. We all need to watch what we say. I remember there was a scripture my mother used to threaten me. He's like, be sure your sins will find you out. Will find you out. She used to always tell me that when I was younger, put the fear of God in me. And what I didn't realize, though, at the time, that a lot of stuff that I said about myself, either positive or negative, it always had an impact. And I'm just grateful that, especially within the last coming years, months, and days, I've grown more accustomed to speaking more positively and confidently, not only for myself, but inspiring others to do the same. Because it's easy to fall into the trap. That's why I love this group. And I'm grateful for this group because I know both of you brothers always do that, John included. And that's what we definitely plan to spread. I do have a win to share, though.
Okay.
This week, I got a very lucrative voiceover gig. Family member reached out to me. They got a big conference coming up. They need voiceover work done, and they need live voiceover work done. So not only do I have opportunity to get paid for what I can record here, but then go to the live event, do that also. It's things that are coming along, and just like you're attracting the right doors to be open and the right opportunities to come. And I'm exceptionally grateful for each and every one of them. And I'll make sure I take time to express that because the more grateful you are, the more stuff you receive.
I'm glad you used that word attraction or attracting, because I don't think people understand how powerful that piece is. I can probably take 20 minutes and explain 5 different stories in the last couple of months that have specifically come just because I've been putting myself in position to attract those opportunities, not only with my words, but with my actions. To the point where, like I heard somebody say something once, if you truly believe this, then you would act differently. And it's just the reality of it. Like if you believe something, then you have no choice but to act. Like, let's say that, Brad, for instance, you walking down the street, you went on a little run or something like that. Do you own any pets?
I do not.
Okay, let's say that you own a dog.
Okay.
And you love this dog, and you're going on a jog and you're coming home and you realize that your building is on fire. If you believe that your dog is in trouble and you can save that dog, aren't you going to act on that?
Absolutely.
Right. And sometimes it's to our own detriment. Sometimes it's in danger, regardless of it or whatever. Sometimes our brain will get into survival mode. But one way or another, if you believe you can do something, then you're going to act on it.
Yeah.
So my beliefs line up with the career trajectory that I want. And so I do something about it, and I say the right words about it, and I don't speak or talk or walk otherwise.
That's
period.
right. That's a powerful thing.
Yeah.
It's a power. It takes disciplining of the mind. That's a practice, because it's easy to waffle. Go ahead, Greg.
No. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
I was saying that because I know exactly. Like, for those who may have heard what Rod just said, of course it's agreeable. We can definitely understand that would be a good thing, but to act it out and actually practice it is an entirely different ball game. And it sometimes can get difficult because of the constant presence of your reality, speaking against what you know to be real in front of you, rather than, believing what it is, inside yourself that can be done, what's possible other than what is. And but I'm telling you, I ain't even gonna say master, because you're constantly mastering it. But once you reach a level where you're getting better at that, you truly stop getting phased. Like, I understand why people do ice plunges now, because that's the theory in that. You plunge your face into a bucket of ice, you withstand the intensity of the feeling, just to realize it's not gonna kill you, it's not gonna take you out. You're gonna survive this, you're gonna make it. So you become hardened against difficult situations. So yeah,
absolutely. Man. As humans, we are incredibly adaptive creatures. Or creations. I won't say creatures. God created creatures. We are creators. There is no coasting. There is no standstill. You are either moving up the hill or you're sliding back down. However fast or slow that is depends on you. But it's not just speaking the good, right? Saying what you want and attracting and like making sure your actions and your thoughts line up with the good. It's also making sure that you're not speaking something you don't want, because either way it goes, they always credit this to Henry Ford, whether you think you can or you think you can, either way you're right. But I'm pretty sure that principle at the core is in the Bible. What does it say? We should focus on things that are pure, of good rapport, lovable, joy, like gentleness, the fruits of the Spirit. These are the things we should focus on. Why did it say that? Why did it tell us to do that? Because if not, as humans, we are wired for survival. So we're going to look for the things that are wrong so that we can survive, because we got to protect ourselves. And so we have to thank our brains, gratitude, right? Be grateful that our brain is helping us to be safe and survive. But we also got to realize, guys, I could go in my fridge and get some food right now. I don't have to go climb a tree, cut it down, chase down a gazelle and cook it. Like,
right.
There's no real threat anymore. So like, we're tripping.
So first of all, I got a couple points I got to catch up on. Number one, I want y'all to know that I was doing the ice plunges before the famous video.
Cool.
All right, I was probably the first guy to do it. I ain't, in
Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The second thing I want to point out, gosh, I almost lost it because Greg's point. This man said he doesn't have to hunt gazelles and cook them or whatever. You cooking gazelles out here, Greg? Let me know, man.
I think he can get one, honestly.
Gazelle meat is good. Yeah.
But I forgot the other point in that. But I mean, you're spot on. And that's what it was. I don't credit Henry Ford with that. I credit Confucius. He says, he who believes he can and he who believes he can are both correct. So, but I want to, sometimes people get credit that they don't deserve. So I wanted to be clear that that's where I get my credit from.
Well, especially the people that have created the 40-hour work week and all of these zombies that are addicted to the drug of the paycheck. I'm not going to credit that guy anymore. F that guy. Like, lovingly, but like for real.
And to your point, Greg, I wouldn't even consider it them being addicted to it. Some people are, for sure. Some people are trapped.
Man.
They don't want to be there. They're not addicted to it at all. They're just trapped.
Powerful word.
Yeah.
Yeah, trapped is better.
One of the biggest things that actually alludes to that, man, is I know a lot of people, even myself from college. I got a bachelor's of science degree in biology. Not doing nothing with it right now. And I jumped into a job that felt safe enough for the time because I didn't think I could excel in that field. Plus, the most powerful thing about it, I wasn't passionate about that. I did it because I thought that that's what I was supposed to do. And a lot of people are trapped in situations because they're doing things that they feel they're supposed to do. And who cussed them? We were talking about that, right? Like what causes us to lose our voice, our enthusiasm, our ambition, our passion about the things that we like? What pushes that stuff down, and what causes us to shut down and not explore that anymore? Is it the way we look at the world? Is it the influences that we have that put us into a box and say, you got to do this, you got to work 80-hour 2 weeks and then get a paycheck every 2 weeks, you got to show up at 9 and leave at 5, and if we want you there longer, you got to stay? Like,
yeah,
where do we get on?
It was all of that, man. It's all of that in the above because we're programmed and we see the experiences around us, whether it be it through our parents, whether it be through poverty and pain and whatever it is. And once we have an experience that is less desirable, we're willing to do whatever it takes to not have that experience again.
That's correct.
And so, you know, our parents did the best job they could, and their parents did the best job they could. And so what gets passed down is, and I don't know about you guys, but speaking for myself, what I was taught was go to school and learn something about computers. Right. And it's like, computers came out in the 60s. I went to college in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm behind the 8 ball. And so to that point, we all find ourselves taking up degrees and, you know, studying things because we thought that was the right thing to get us money or whatever it might be. So I don't know, man. I think it's a lot of that. But the way out of it is to just take a step back and think back to when you were a kid and what it is you really wanted to do, and not base it off of, oh, I need to make money doing this to feed my family, because money is a byproduct. It is not the product. The product is you. You are the asset, right? Unless you decide to lie about it and become a liability.
And as humans, like we will move away from pain faster than we'll move towards pleasure. So sometimes we have to be trapped, right? Addiction is a trap. And, you know, from being in 12-step programs and recovery, you know, something I've learned is that it doesn't matter what the thing is really, as long as there's a community, because really we are community driven people. It is the community that cures the addiction or the trappedness. And if you don't get in community with people that are doing something that allow you or introduce you to a world you never knew. Like before I started going to networking events with entrepreneurs, I did not know that was a thing. I didn't know there was so many people that were going to see Myron that were creating this kind of income that looked like me. And before I started to break into my the job I had as a UX designer in the tech field, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that how my brain works, where I get in trouble in one environment and told to stay in my place. I didn't know that I could get paid multiple 6 figures over here for that very same thing. But think about how many people have a gift or a talent and they're told they're wrong, they're broken, there's something wrong with them, and they stay in that environment and they let that suck that out of them. And then they don't do it. And they stay trapped there because they think that that's the world. That's how it is everywhere. And they never branch out. So I encourage anyone that's watching this right now, like if you are in community with people that are not uplifting you, they're not talking about ideas and creating things, but they're talking about people, weather, events, sports, and they're not going anywhere with their life, I urge you to get around a community of people that are doing amazing things, that are solving problems in the world that actually need to be solved. Because that's where your level up's going to come from.
Yeah. It may be difficult to acclimate to those types of groups, but you got it in you. Everybody does. I believe that they do. It comes from, you know, a sound and confident place of the fact that, you know, wishing no ill intent, coming with always good intentions, coming with gratitude. Those are some of the things that can kind of propel you into circles or into places where you can meet and congregate with more like-minded people. I say that because the thought that came from that was I remembered how excited I was to return back to school just so I could see my friends when I was younger. And why did I want to do that? Because we wanted to talk about everything that happened over the summer. We wanted to explore what people did and find out different things. And so many ideas would come from that. What are you doing now? And so forth. But then through as we know, the institution of education kind of like framed us in that trap mind. But we all have that ability to socialize and be on that type of levels. That's the point I'm trying to make. So anybody's watching thinking it's difficult, it's in there. Trust me, it's in there. Get it out.
I love it. One last piece I'll add to that, because I know we're probably going to move on and talk about a few things. I'm just sending this link out to a few people so that they can jump in since we're doing it live. Is this notion that you can't do the thing that you're good at or that you love and make it a career. I've always been good at a few different things and leaned into those things. But the thing that I was good at that took no effort, where I didn't have to get paid to do it and I would just do it, gratefully. I always looked at it as a hobby or just a side project, or just, that's just my labor of love is what they call it. I never visualized it being something that would feed my family or something that I could turn into generational wealth.
Right.
And two things allowed me to see it from that way. Number one, when it's a God-given talent or a gift like that, and you lean into who he wants you to be, you'll be able to see it. And then number two, when you lean fully into it and you start seeing how it affects other people and it comes natural to you, that's when it clicks. And it's like, you know what? Yeah. I could really do this and feed my family. So let me have all boldness and all confidence to start the trek. Because it's not some simple thing where you just jump in the pool and all of a sudden you know how to swim. No, you have to start at the shallow end and work your way up to swim in the deep.
Very true.
But you can
learn. Baby steps.
Baby steps, baby.
and to take that further, like a lot of people take a baby step, it doesn't work, they fall, and then they stop trying, they give up, right? But y'all can walk, right? I can walk. Sometimes. I believe it's because we never gave up and we built up that muscle. And we didn't care about looking stupid when we'd get up, wobble, fall backwards, fall forward, fall sideways. Like, we didn't care. So why do we care so much now when we get up and take a baby step and something doesn't work right or we look stupid and then just stop and say, I can't walk? Nobody ever in the history of humanity got up, fell down as a kid, and decided they are not walking the rest of their life. It just does not happen.
I think it has to do with the variation of punishment and consequence for failing. If it's something like, for instance, if I'm practicing Spanish, I've been doing so for, according to Duolingo, about 635 days now. And I have been in conversation with people who actually spoken and didn't say everything right. But they didn't look at me and say, no, that's not that. And then, tell me right there, they understood. They understood what I was trying to say, and then they helped me along. They gave me a bit of advice how to be better. Now, I could have failed and then face somebody who chastised me greatly. But, that's going to restrict my ability or want to grow because it's not going to make me feel good. How many experiences can you remember in your life to where you've experienced the latter instead of the former? Somebody helping you along rather than somebody, chastising you or scolding you because you made a mistake. You get an F in school or in college or everywhere else. Bills to pay, time wasted. You feel bad. You lose money or doing some venture or something like that. You feel bad. There's loss. So there's more of that causes the fear of derision, rejection, and failure that keep us, bottled up and so forth. But all we really need is just a little bit of encouragement, man. You'd be surprised how far you can go with just a little bit.
Just a little.
But it's so interesting you say that, because I've just reached this stratosphere, man, where I realized that it's been in me all this time. Like, there's nothing anybody can say to me that's going to throw me off my train today. Now,
Mm.
5 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe I was still caught up in that bubble, you know, fear and judgment, fear and rejection and all of that good stuff. But I made a decision that I didn't care about what anybody had to say. I'm going to be on this path. And I heard somebody say this the other day and it blew my mind. They said, the only way to become unstoppable is to make a decision that you're not going to stop.
That's right. That's right. There you go.
Like,
Yes.
think about that. Like,
yes.
in that moment that you make that decision, you become unstoppable. So that's kind of where I've landed when it comes to what you just mentioned, Brad. You know, it's like, you know what? I've just gotten to a point where it doesn't matter what the odds say. It doesn't matter what naysayers. It doesn't matter. If I decide to do something, I'm going to do that and keep going no matter what.
There's a powerful thing that I want to say now for people who feel like they've been going and going, just like Rod said, and they made the decision to become unstoppable. Even if nobody else sees what you're doing, there's always one that does. And he always keeps track, and he allows the blessing to come when you've done just enough. When you've done just it, like you keep going, you keep grinding, you thinking nothing's going to happen. There are too many stories, not only in the word, but of people that you know. I'm sure there are people that you know, people of the older generation, maybe even your age, people who just did not stop, and eventually they claim the prize. And we have scripture to back up. If you endure and do not quit, you shall receive, like the word tells us. So when you got such good, confidence and such a good foundation of truth to back that, that helps me personally to, regardless what any situation looks like, negative or positive, if I just keep going and keep being consistent, then I know it's going to show up. I know it's going to happen for me. Whatever I'm looking for, whatever I'm hunting or shooting for.
Consistency is key, man. And there's a couple things that came to my mind with this, a couple illustrations. One, I was having a conversation with the waitress when I was at BJ's, and she told me she was a runner, and I didn't believe it because runners typically look a certain way, right? We have these stereotypes in our heads about what people should look like when they say they do a thing. Well, she didn't match the stereotype, but she's also in her waitress uniform, right? So I asked her, I said, so how's that going? Like, what is a principle from running that you really, that keeps you going? And she's like, well, I had to prepare for this 5K and it was killing me. My sides start hurting. I'm out of breath. My feet hurt. My legs hurt. But I really wanted to do this. I decided that I was going to do it. And so she said the mantra that she created there was, if I don't stop running, my legs won't stop running. And she kept running, and eventually that runner's high kicked in, and that whatever endorphins,
second win, all
the
that,
second win, all of that, it comes in, and like you won't. Is it? No matter what, unless you're literally going to die, your body is not going to stop. You can do way more than you think you can. And if y'all have ever been on Myron's the Make More Offers challenge, where he does the ice challenge, where you put your hand in the ice for like 5-8 minutes. Whole year I didn't do it. And then one challenge I decided, let me try this. Because I've done the ice plunges, I've done cold showers. Like, I know the value of it, but I've never done it with just my hand. So I did it, and I was like, oh, that hurts. Oh, that doesn't feel good. But I got the timer, I'm talking, I'm recording it, and I'm like, this isn't so bad. And what happens is your body starts to adapt, and then your hand gets warm, right? Or it tricks you that it's warm. When I take a cold shower in the morning, it's like the initial is like, but then after it feels like 30 seconds, the water starts feeling hot, and I'm like, am I tripping? And I start turning it down more, like, the ones that go from hot to cold. I'm like, it's all the way on cold, but it feels like it's hot.
Maybe it's really hot and you think it's cold. Maybe I got it backwards, and you're like, why is this water so warm? No, seriously, Greg, you make a good point, and I tell my kids this all the time. When I was growing up, I was just like, I didn't dress for the weather properly leaving out of the door. I would go out of the door in the wintertime with a t-shirt on and go stand at the bus stop like, please, bus, hurry up. And so I developed a rhythm where I taught myself to like ignore the cold and ignore the pain, and it became normal. To the point where I went to Barack Obama's first inauguration, and bro, listen,
too cold, bro.
that was the last time I was in DC. Let's just put it there.
Oh, for real? Hey, bro. Hey, listen, man. Let me tell you, I was at that joint, and then God was good. I had the chance to meet him because I worked in the federal department. He actually came to visit, and
Nice.
and I was like, man, I stood out in the cold for hours. Like the ground felt like you was on ice.
Bro, I've never been so cold in my life. And I don't know what time you went out there, but I was out there from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
And because we wanted to get up close or whatnot.
That's right.
Man, it was so cold. A whole group of strangers just bundled together as close as they could. I'm talking, we skin to skin at this point, even though we all wrapped in layers, trying to stay warm. And that wasn't good enough. So we laid on the ground to get closer. Who does that? A group of people who are about to die from hypothermia.
Pretty much
that cold. But here's my point to you.
Wow.
I told my wife after that, I said, there's no such thing as cold to me anymore. Now that I've experienced this and my mind has adapted to this climate, I can be in 10-degree weather and be just fine because I have experienced something and decided I can deal with it. I can handle it, you know? So
that's good.
Love it, man.
Good.
We moving into almost halftime of this wonderful show, and I know the people are definitely waiting for the cartoon, the 90s bracket breakdown. We had round one in our last episode, which is it can still be watched on our channel, on the Greatfull Brothers channel, GFB. And there were some winners and there were some losers. We argue which ones are which, but today, even though it's regrettable John is not with us, we still got another bracket to go to that we haven't finished yet. And there's been a bit of changes. Rod, can you give us like a little bit of a breakdown of what we're dealing with today?
Yeah, first and foremost, we do have a tiebreaker that we have to run through today before we move on to the new bracket. So that is between the Transformers and the Animaniacs. We'll get to that in a minute to see who moves on to the second round. But what we changed on this week's bracket, you can see down here in this slot, is Voltron joined the group. For a number of reasons that we won't get all the way into, but the bottom line is we had to remove the Power Rangers because they weren't really a cartoon. They were more of actual actors and that type of thing. So Voltron has entered the chat.
You better believe it.
As he said in the chat here. So yeah, that's the biggest change in this week.
Well, look, I mean, we were playing by the rules and we said cartoon, and you're right. Power Rangers may have been animated for one point or another, but everybody knows the Power Rangers was like actual reality. You had all them different Rangers. You had them goofy monsters that came in with the big suits and so forth. I don't even know how they did most of that technology back then, but it's kind of like that it's almost like that old Godzilla type feel that they had in that they had in that show. But it wasn't a cartoon. So yeah, we're moving on today. So we're gonna start off. Rod, you want to go and kick us off, and let's see we go around the horn and see what we got.
For sure. So we'll jump off with Batman versus Darkwing Duck. Two very similar cartoons, both in the 90s. One was a little bit more serious. One was a little bit more fun and goofy. I'm gonna have to place my bet with Darkwing Duck, only because I didn't watch both of them religiously. But I watched them enough. But I'm gonna go with Darkwing Duck because it was a play off of DuckTales.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit more creative. Batman was just pow and bang and go get the same characters we've been getting for the last 50
pow
years.
And bang, yeah.
Darkwing Duck was a different spin that captured the interest of people for the most part.
Okay.
So that's my vote.
Man, I'm gonna leave it to Greg to be the tiebreaker. I'm gonna lean into Batman. And the reason why, man, is because I thought to myself, of course, it's a story I couldn't really relate to, but I love the fact that somebody was using his wealth, not on himself, to go buy all this fancy, even though Bruce Wayne had all that. You know what I'm saying? He kind of had the same or similar dichotomy like Bruce Banner and the Hulk. He was one person during the day, but then at night transform into something different. I can even go back and say it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde syndrome, because that's probably the original place where you see that type of that shift. But I liked how Bruce was able to, have a lot of influence as a wealthy person, but then at night, you know what I'm saying, he had all these skills. And even from the movies that we saw, even though this ain't a part of the animated background, but even with the movies, he went out, had training, he went through his dregs, he went through his challenges after his parents got killed. It's not like he just came up, pampered and so forth. He had hardship, and he grew out of that hardship to become something that he wanted to be fear instead of being fearful. Admired that, man. I admire that. Even the Darkwing Duck did have the Disney animation and the DuckTales stuff. And the only thing I remember about is that cool purple hat. I was like, man, if I get a hat like that, I'm gonna be strutting down the street like Malcolm in Spike Lee in the Malcolm X movie. When they was going down the street like that. That's exactly what I would get, man.
There we go.
There it is. That hat.
Yeah. I don't know. So what you got to say, Greg? You see what's on the screen?
This is a hard one for me because, like, I've been singing Darkwing Duck in my head since we brought it up the first time.
It is.
But you make a really good point. Like Batman, in terms of how it made me feel, both cartoons, one made me feel good, one made me laugh, one made me dance.
Before you vote, I'm gonna defend my cartoon here. Okay, first and foremost, Bruce Wayne didn't have no superpowers. He was just a man in a suit, and he did cheat and use all his wealth from his parents. They told him to go to college, and no, he want to go buy Batmobiles and stuff and leather suits and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, he don't really deserve to go to the next round, in my humble Darkwing Duck opinion.
Okay.
All right, so you ready for me to break this tie?
Okay.
I watched Batman, and it was cool, but it made me feel like, if you watched them both on mute, it would have no effect on you. So Batman always made me feel intrigued and pulled in, and like I couldn't understand why Batman was always so serious. And in my life, the serious people in my life did not make me feel good. I watched it because, it's Batman. You watch Batman when it's on. It was cool. But I never really understood the hype about Batman. So Darkwing Duck is my guy. Like, it made me feel good, and that's what I needed at that time in my life.
Bam. So I'm assuming that's your vote?
That's my vote.
All right.
The Dark Wings.
I was not aware of wealth and what that even meant back then. So, it was cool he was a billionaire, but what does that mean?
Right.
I didn't even know things costed money until I became an adult and was like, oh, that's why everyone's always so stressed and says they can't do things. I get it now.
That's true. That's true.
And he treated Robin wrong.
Yeah.
He did, Jolly. Robin was his sidekick. He signed up for it, but he did. I can't even lie.
And no other superhero got some little midget assistant helping him out other than Batman. And he just treat him bad. No, you can't come in with me. Stay out here and watch the car.
What? Oh, come on, Batman. Yeah. That you just reminded me why I didn't like it. I'm like, man, I feel like Robin sometimes.
Just for Robin, man. I thought they was boys, man.
Nope.
All right, what we got next? Darkwing Duck wins the bracket on that part. On that, on that matchup.
Looks like we got Tiny Toon versus He-Man.
Oh boy,
this is just unfair.
This is unfair.
I mean, Tiny Toons was great. It was the replica of Looney Tunes. Everybody knows all the characters. They switched up the eye color and stuff.
Yeah.
A little different and whatnot. But when this guy right here shows up,
man, look out.
I forgot all about this little red guy up top with the little skull
Oh,
cap on
yeah,
and
that's
zero.
I
right.
forgot about him too.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Skeletor like he don't want that smoke.
Nah. But yeah, He-Man was more than an action figure on screen. He was an action figure in real life. I don't know no male that was born in the 70s or the 80s that didn't have a He-Man toy out here, you know, trying to get Grayskull. Mom, I want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What was the
He-Man gets
name?
my vote.
What was the name of his tiger? Y'all remember? But the reason why I'm saying the significance of his tiger, because his tiger was always shy and bashful and timid until he got that transformation. Y'all remember that when he was said, "I have the power." That
Yeah.
lightning would come down, it would strike the sword, and then it would also hit his tiger. Tiger would turn into this beast, have all the armor. That joint would be. I was like, whoa.
I forgot all about that. But yeah, his name was Battle Cat.
Battle. He wouldn't be Battle Cat until He-Man called down that lightning.
I have the power.
Yeah, bro, that was a serious little analogy. Got that tiger in you, man.
Tiff says I watched both, but Tiny Toons was fun.
It was. Tiny
So,
Toons was fun.
I didn't watch He-Man. I remember hearing about it. I remember seeing it in the background. It never drew me in. You know, you see the memes with it, with Skeletor saying something and running away. That's all I know of He-Man. And I have the power. I had my sister had a Mercury at one point, and the emblem had fallen off, so I grabbed it and I was playing with it, and you know, being He-Man, but I didn't really know He-Man. But Tiny Toons, again, I'm a feelings guy, right? It made me feel. It made me laugh. It validated my goofy. I was allowed to be goofy because of Tiny Toons in new ways.
So I'm seeing a theory here, like a theme. It's like serious versus not so serious.
Right.
Fun cartoon versus like, you know, some kind of war battle type situation. Again, I love Tiny Toon, but I didn't watch it as much. And it's primarily because I grew up on Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales. Just I don't know what it is. I don't know what the duck.
What the duck?
What in the duck is going on?
Hey man, that's about to be a phrase. That's about to be a phrase on every episode. We're gonna have the what the duck moment. That's what we're gonna have.
The duck. That's hilarious.
I don't know what it is about ducks, guys.
So to your point, Greg, and we'll move on to the next few or whatever. Like some of those cartoons came on back to back. I'm surprised Chippendale was not on there because that man, what Rescue Rangers, what?
Yeah.
And again, we talked about it last week, but some of these songs really matter. I was trying to think of the Tiny Toon song, and please somebody correct me whether it's in the chat or on here. Was it like we're tiny, we're tuning, we're
all the little
That's
it, right?
Okay,
I know. You had to do it. That was it. That was it.
That was a jam.
But He-Man was a strong song too.
It was.
He-Man, I have the power. I mean, what? I have the power.
You know what we need? We need to do a for the next bracket, just the themes. Like the theme, like a dance off. We play a little bit of both just to remind people.
Oh, yeah, we can play it. That's right.
Right?
That'll be a part of the final 8. That'll be one of the determining factors of who goes to the final 4.
We'll get the songs. That's right.
Yeah. I remember Chip and Dale was my excuse to say the S word. Because it was like Chip, 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 Chip and Dale. My grandma was like, what'd you say? Like, I've said Chip and Dale.
You out here trying to remix the song with your own curse words, Greg.
Yo. I can see you doing it. That's why I'm laughing.
Tiffany said, y'all are boys, so He-Man will probably win.
Yeah.
That's how.
But, I mean, to go against, I'm going to have to actually lean into Tiny Toons, man, myself. Like, I'm serious. I'm serious because that was one I definitely remember laughing a lot at because I like the regular Looney Tunes. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at them as just like miniature version. I thought that was cool. Like, yo, this little Daffy Duck. That's little Bugs Bunny. You know, and that's what it was, essentially.
Yo, y'all remember Elmira on that show? I'm want to love you and hug you and squeeze
Oh,
you forever.
yeah.
And she had
Oh,
the
man.
skunk that got painted on accident, and the skunk was like, dude, what in the leave me alone.
You're not talking about Pepe Le Pew, are you?
Pepe.
Hold up. Yeah, Pepe
But
was, yeah.
Pepe was
Well,
on Looney Tunes, but
Pepe was loony. Yeah.
the
Well,
small
then maybe-
version of him.
maybe it was a cat. I don't know. Whatever animal Elmira got her hands on, like she would not let it
She
go.
would squeeze the life out of it. Yeah.
Literally.
Everybody was scared of her because of that.
Yeah.
All right, so what's y'all vote? What's gonna be?
I think Tiny Toon gonna have to go ahead and face Darkwing Duck, man. That's what it's looking like. That's a
Fred's
shock.
vote.
That is a
You
shocker.
voted for Tiny Toon, Rick?
Yep, Tiny Toons was my.
You only doing that because your wife voted for it.
No, man. Listen, I had my heart set on that before. I was excited when she dropped in the chat with that. But look, she's excited for Brad too. She's like, "Ooh, someone's on my side." But no, for real, like it made me laugh. There was variety, right? There's a lot of different storylines that could happen. It was very goofy. And cartoon dynamics, man. Like you smash someone with a hammer and they flatten out. You can't really do that anymore.
Yeah. It was too diverse to compete against. So
The real reason why I picked Tiny Toon, not aside from what I already said, is because if He-Man was on and Thundercats was on, I was always running the Thundercats, and I know that's the next bracket, so that's just a perfect segue into that. That's why we're talking about it right now. Because if Thundercats was on, Thundercats was Thundercats ho.
You can't compete with Thundercats like that. So
Yeah, man.
So Greg, I don't know how you feel about Sonic.
So here's the thing. Sonic was great in video games.
Yeah.
I never watched the cartoon.
Yeah. So we have a unanimous decision here. We'll save our conversation around Thundercats for the next round, but clearly they are just If you're watching this at any point and you've never seen Thundercats, I feel sorry for your childhood.
Yeah,
Okay?
man.
Go find it and watch it. All right. All right. So let's move this on over.
Do y'all remember Mutant League?
Mutant League.
Kinda. Remind me.
It was like a mutant university, and like they competed. It had blood and gore in it. It was just.
Was it a game or cartoon?
Nah, it came. I don't know, late 90s. I was in junior high when I was watching it. It would just come on TV and I'd watch it. It was like something I discovered on accident. I was like, this is actually kind of cool. But they were always competing in like sports, and like they were on this other planet. They were mutants. And
okay. It was short-lived. I watched a little bit of it.
Very short-lived, but I love the fact that like they would tear each other apart on that show. I'm surprised it didn't make it to this bracket, but probably because it was short-lived.
Yeah, it wasn't that popular. I saw it a few times in passing, but it was never something I sat and watched.
I gotta check it out because I showed up and see it.
Yeah. So speaking of which, down to our big battle between Voltron and Captain Planet.
Captain Planet brought the diversity. Everybody who had a ring was of a different nationality.
I gotta look both of these up because I don't remember watching.
You don't remember Captain Planet,
bruh?
I mean, I probably saw it like once or twice. So I lived in France from like 89 to 95. So there was a lot of stuff I didn't see. A lot of things I didn't get to experience here in the US. And they were like 10 years behind. So like when I came over there with sneakers, they were like, "What are those?"
All right, so I'm gonna give you a little rundown on Captain Planet. Captain Planet was probably the only cartoon I knew about that was like environmentally friendly and conscious to teach kids about caring about things. And it was a diverse cast. You had an Asian person, Black, Latino, white. They were fighting against people that were trying to take over and mess up the planet, and they had powers that lined up with the Earth and stuff. So it's almost like an Avatar for the 80s,
right?
Yeah.
Technology.
So Tiffany's over here singing the theme song in the chat.
That is the theme song. That's right.
I need somebody to sing it because I don't remember it.
Captain Planet, he's the hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
Oh,
I
man,
know that's it.
it's got this
know that's
80s vibe too.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately, that was the first year I was in France, so I never even knew about it.
And then Voltron, it's iconic show. You know, I think it was the first of its kind to show like, hey, you got these 4 or 5 different colors, these 4 or 5 different people, and when they're combined, their powers maximize, and now they can like and it formed a big giant that would fight against the other giants. It was like
pre-Power Rangers. Power Rangers came.
It was pre-Power Rangers. It was the first Power Rangers.
Yes, that's why I like Power Rangers. So this was locked in my subconscious somehow. I think my grandma used to record these cartoons because she knew I love cartoons and I couldn't get them over there. So she'd record them on tapes and she'd put most of the, most of it was Ninja Turtles and Batman and Darkwing. I don't know. It was a lot. I think I saw some Voltron on there and then I had some Voltron toys. So I'm going to have to go with Voltron. I'm gonna have to go with Voltron because I recognize it.
Hey, Brian, you got the
Tip
pictures?
says show a picture. Show pictures.
Yeah, I'm pulling it.
Just looking for it.
I couldn't find a good picture of Voltron earlier when I was searching.
This is tough though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is tough, cause
right.
But I mean, if I'm going out, like Rod said, Captain Planet taught you a lot. You know, taught you about the planet, people. Like it made you care. Like I remember one villain that was looking to cut down all these trees in the forest, and everybody was trying to stop him. They called Captain Planet. He like defeated all the machines, destroyed all the machines, was gonna cut down the forest. And I was like, that's important. That's important. That's sure enough is it, man. That's it. Those are the pictures.
I'm gonna have to go with y'all on Captain Planet. Maybe I am biased towards my wife here, but I was just listening to the theme song and I was jamming, and Voltron didn't pull me in that fast. So
I was going to vote Voltron. So I mean, Rod. I think Rod is Captain Planet too. So Voltron goes down.
Hold on, man. Can I place my own vote? What's that?
Okay, I didn't know. That's what
I think Rod's vote is this. So we can go.
I thought that's what it was.
I don't know my vote yet. I'm still trying to figure it out.
All right. Crystal's in the chat with Captain Planet too.
I mean, they both were great, and they both affected my childhood in a great way. Yeah. I guess it boils down to like with me not knowing both of the songs because I don't know Voltron's song at all.
I don't either.
I would have to go with Captain Planet if I had to pick the two because if both of them were on, I'm gonna watch Captain Planet. I think the storylines were better. Yeah. It's also American made, you know. But
I had all the Voltron cats and the whole thing when he came. I had that, so that's why. Yeah, that's why I would go Voltron. But all right,
they were fun. They were fun to play with.
Captain Planet versus these matchups. They heating up.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're in the final four for the west side of this bracket, but we got to get to the final four. The east side of this bracket. Remember, we had a tie from last week: Transformers or Animaniacs.
Well, listen,
to the chat.
We got ladies in the chat. Let's go ahead and break this tie right now.
I think I know which way they're gonna go, but let's see.
If you had to pick one between the Transformers cartoon, which is totally unfair with ladies in the chat.
Yeah.
She said DuckTales was my jam.
Same. DuckTales is the truth. We're gonna have a real hard time in this final 8. Remember, Brad, I said we need to get down to the final 4. So, all right, so you guys got to vote on Transformers versus Animaniacs. While we wait on their vote, guys, let's go ahead and get y'all's vote just to see.
Mine was Transformers, hands down. And to me, Transformers was the greatest of all. If all these cartoons are on right now, Transformers is on, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Ain't nothing like robots to turn into cars, planes, tanks, cassette tapes, birds, all that stuff, man. Then they had the beasts, the ones that they turned into like T-Rex and the Brontosaurus and stuff like that, like the Dinobots. Oh man, you kidding me, man? Sign me up.
Maybe I wasn't the right kind of boy. I wasn't a boy.
Hold on, Greg. Hold on.
I grew up around women, so I got all these.
You can't be talking about maybe I wasn't the right boy when we talking about trans around here. It's too much all at once.
Hey yo, I'm about to transform this whole laptop and get up out of here. But shoot, yo,
Maybe I wasn't the right boy.
Maybe I need to transform.
I'm just saying.
yo.
I'm sorry. I had to do it.
That's good. That's good. I'm sticking with my vote from last week, guys. Animaniacs. You know I'm goofy. I gotta stay true to my goofy.
All right.
Looney Tunes, animated, fun, goofy, stupid. Yeah, that's my jam. Transformers. I didn't watch it. My grandma didn't tape it for me.
Okay, so looks like Tiff voted. She said that is hard because I watch Transformers with all my cousins. Crystal, we need your vote as well. I'm gonna drop these pictures in here just so we can have a good look at these.
Yeah, refresh our memories.
I ain't gonna lie, Transformers was really, it was a dope show. But
I just got so happy seeing that picture.
Animaniacs. Look, I mean, Pinky and the Brain. How do you they branched out and got their own show?
They did.
It was that good.
Optimus Prime didn't branch out and get his own show.
They didn't need to. they got movies.
And then they had Autobots, right? They were competing against Autobots who were just like Transformers. No, they were the bad people in.
They were the Autobots. They fought against the Decepticons.
No, but it was a different show that was like Transformers. I'm mixing it up then. I can't remember.
Yeah, you wanted to show me this other show that tried to steal Transformers, bro. Because I'm like, I had paraphernalia, had T-shirts, had posters. Yeah,
paraphernalia.
Man.
You mean merch?
Merch. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm pulling it up. GoBots.
GoBots.
You don't remember GoBots?
I do not. If you
I'm gonna see who came out first because I think Transformers stole it from GoBots.
Don't talk bad about my Transformers.
Okay, so Tiff voted for Animaniacs. So that's okay.
She said it's the songs. It's if she could sing it, it
Animaniacs.
Transformers.
Man, look, bro. I'm sorry. I like Transformers, but they're not competing with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna go ahead and vote for Animaniacs.
So what's up? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles can run through Animaniacs.
They gonna run through Transformers too.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man.
Think about the endless possibilities on Animaniacs. Like if Transformers came into the Animaniacs world, they wouldn't last.
They're too different, man. They're too different. It's too different. It's like the Darkwing Duck Batman dichotomy. It's like that. It's the serious versus the goofy.
Well, look, we got our vote in the chat. Both the ladies picked Animaniacs.
Yeah.
So sorry, Greg. Your Transformers died in the junkyard.
Wait, Greg? You mean Brad?
Yeah, I meant Brad. Yeah. See, the Transformers made me forget his name and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Crystal said she was stuck on X-Men because of Storm.
We're not gonna relive last week. We're just gonna focus.
But Animaniacs talk about deep issues. Yes, they did.
All right, so we got our final 8. We gotta come down to the final 4 before we end tonight's call. Is it possible? Can we do it with this lineup that we have?
Man, I'm not sure, bro. I mean, do we have to do it tonight? Because I'm thinking because the bracket is now tight, we can get to the championship out of it because the hard stuff is done because we got a little bit less left now. We got 8. We're down to the Elite 8.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all think?
What was your question? I missed it.
Are we going to do we have time to do that tonight or should we save it? Oh, you're moving it. Okay, I see how you're moving it.
I was wondering what he was doing. I was like, wait, no. He copied. I got it.
Yeah. It's up to y'all. I think we can make this rather quick because we already have talked about the varying pieces of each one of these shows.
Well, let's take a vote from the chat. What do y'all think? Should we finish it out?
Not finish it. We just want to get to the final four.
Yeah, I mean, we stated what we liked about each one, so now it's just a matter of picking which one we like the most in total. I can tell you.
Final four. Let's do it. We got 5 minutes. Let's do it.
We only got 5 minutes.
I don't know. What kind of time
we're about at the
slotted for
55-minute mark right now. I know.
Here's what I say. I say we do it because I don't think we'll be able to get through 8 songs next time.
We just have to curtail the other topics, but
she said final four. Crystal said my final four. My Ravens lost in football tonight, so I'm good with seeing some good news. Let's go.
Yeah, after the Falcons and the Georgia Bulldogs, we're not talking football. So anyhow, yeah. So okay, so let's just talk automatics. When you look at this list, Greg, Brad, Crystal, Tiff, anybody else that's live, let us know which bracket you think is automatic. No point in conversating. This is the winner.
Oh, first one.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Sorry, Animaniacs.
It's almost unfair.
It is unfair.
We cannot betray ourselves as the Ninja Turtles.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking at this final four bracket that's coming up, and I know who Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles needs to go up against.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I think either one of them could take on the Ninja Turtles and fight for a chance at tomorrow.
No about that. No. We talking about heroes that fight.
All right.
Versus.
Here's what I would say to that, Greg. We have to keep it to the rules. This is the cartoon, not the comic books.
Greg, you go first.
Listen, the ladies are in the chat, and they.
I know what Greg's gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
You already know what I'm gonna say, man. You know my style. DuckTales. Woo.
Yeah, X-Men was good, man, but cartoon wise, it ain't touching DuckTales.
No.
Woo.
Man, just go ahead and where it says
they're out there.
Make it DuckTales.
What?
I mean, where else?
Don't even move DuckTales over.
Gold.
Don't move DuckTales over. Just put the words "woo." Just put that. Because I'm telling you,
the danger.
Oh man, yeah, that was a good song. I want it in there just so we can play it next week because we gonna play the whole song.
Yeah, no, that gotta be in there. Yeah. Sorry, X-Men. Y'all survived. Y'all did good. All right.
Oh man. Now,
two left.
Okay, hold up. That's a hard one. Yeah, the theme song alone for DuckTales. I agree, ladies. Oof.
What's the hard one? The next one?
This next one.
Not for me.
That's not for me either. I honestly, I never watched maybe more than 2 episodes of Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, same.
But Tiny Toons, as many as I could.
So in my defense, my grandma knew what I liked, and she made tapes, and she'd ask me like which one. But when there's trouble, you call DW.
Was it actually said DW or did they say
they
Darkwing?
said DW.
Oh yeah, I
It was
remember
a
now.
little ad lib. When in trouble, you call.
Oh yeah, I
W.
remember that.
That's right.
Better
When
watch
in
out,
trouble,
you
you
bad boys.
what? Yo,
Wow.
he got all the songs. I didn't never remember that cadence until Greg just said that.
Wow.
I mean, it's literally playing. I feel like I got a little radio in my head playing theme
No,
songs.
bro. You in the back of my mind, sweeping in the attic and kicking up.
Yeah,
dirt. I'm
that's
like,
what he's doing.
I didn't know I knew that.
He ain't
Look,
sweeping that. He's swinging
ask
around
Tiffany
that
how
joint.
many times I'll just go into a YouTube rabbit hole listening to cartoon themes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the vote?
For me, when you put it up against that, it's Darkwing Duck. I know there was a lot of diversity. There was a lot of cool, goofy stuff with Tiny Toons, but if they were both on, if we're using those rules, right? If they were both on, I was watching Darkwing Duck.
I'm gonna have to go with Tiny Toons. If they were both on, I would be battling, but I would more than likely watch Tiny Toon because I would feel like I'm gonna see something different that I didn't see in the previous episode. And Darkwing Duck is like, okay, let me sit down and understand what this story is. All I care about is the song anyway. Plus, I just watched a whole bunch of ducks on Ducktail. I could care less about watching these ducks.
Man, what the duck are we doing?
What the duck?
What the duck are we doing?
All right, what you got, Brad? It looks like the ladies are saying
For the
Darkwing
last one?
Duck. Yeah.
Oh no. For this one, I'm going Tiny Toon. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I will go there.
Well, Tiff, you get to break the tie because you in here, and Crystal's voting Darkwing Duck all day. So we'll come back to that and see what Tiff has to say. Because right now it's kind of split.
She said, when in trouble, you call DW. She's singing the song right now.
She said the song is my reason. Okay, so she's talking about Darkwing Duck.
DW.
Wow. Okay.
She said, I'm not sure as girls count. Listen, this is why we're here live doing this. We could have argued this on the phone.
Yeah. Well, Darkwing Duck it is. Okay, we're down to the final round of the Elite Eight before we get to the final four. Thundercats versus Captain Planet.
Hold on, let me remind myself of this Thundercats theme.
You about to play it?
Well,
No, don't cheat. You can't play it. You can't cheat and play it out.
Oh man, this was my thing.
Right.
I only got to see a couple episodes, but I remember.
Thundercats are loose.
Okay, so I got it backwards when I was talking about.
Hear the magic. Hear the roar.
He-Man. Yeah, that's the one that I had the Mercury emblem that I took off my sister's car because I thought it was Thundercats.
First of all, the fact that they were mixing in wrestling sayings. Oh,
yeah, man. All
who does that? You got that Lionel put that little cat up in the sky.
Yeah.
Everybody
Like
just run. The little cheetah girl run super fast, man. What?
Black Panther.
And I got this thing for mutants. It just half human, half animal. Yeah.
Thundercats, man.
Crystal says, but I'm not a cat person, so Captain America gets her vote. Who is Captain America here? That's what I want to know. Captain Planet. It's all good. No, Captain Planet was from America, so I guess that counts.
I'm sure she's about to type. That's what I meant.
No, for sure. I'm just giving her a hard time. Captain Planet was a really dope show, and it was very environmental and educational. And the Thundercats would have eaten them alive if they had to fight.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Okay. Sorry. All right. What's y'all's vote?
Thundercats.
Thundercats. Yep. I'm not a cat person, but they were cool because they weren't all cat. Yeah. They were just enough human to take away the smell.
Well, we got 3 Thundercats, so that kind of just makes it very difficult.
2 ducks, some cats, and some turtles. Let's go.
Dang. I
A
didn't
few
even realize
ducks,
that.
a few cats, and some turtles.
It's unfair that DuckTales is right there against Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That should have been the final right there.
Yeah.
Mm. It's gonna be tough next week, but these theme songs are gonna really show.
Oh man. Theme songs can carry some of these straight to the championship, man. Shoot.
Man.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna happen, right? We're gonna talk through these categories and vote on how they did in each one, but the theme song is gonna be the final nail in the coffin. Yeah.
Well,
oh man, she said if you ever saw the musical Cats, you would understand my horror.
oh, I heard that was bad, man. I heard so many times that joint was bad.
I've
Even
never
the
seen
movie
it
too. It's
but man, I can only imagine. So
like
can I make a prediction for next week? I feel like this is what's gonna happen. As much as we love Ninja Turtles, I feel like DuckTales is gonna win. I'm making that prediction because I just feel like there's no way you can't sing that.
Yeah, but don't get it twisted. The Turtles had a very nice theme song.
They surely did.
It was really nice. I love it. I still sing it. It just plays in my head at random times in the day, and I have to play it out.
And when you think about the creativeness of both shows, the fact that they were both brand new, original, nobody had thought of anything before like it, bro. Ninja Turtles is still a force today, 2025.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
DuckTales is not
DuckTales anymore.
DuckTales is nostalgic,
yeah,
and it's a very powerful nostalgic.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be no cakewalk for nobody.
We're gonna leave that to the next round, until the next episode, as they say, with the cliffhanger, man. That's what we're gonna do. But as we close this one out, we gotta share a high and a low. Meaning, what is one thing we're looking forward to this week that we got momentum for it, and if there's anything that there's a need for, we need a little bit of help in something if we're struggling in an area. Now is the time. Now is the time. With myself, I'll go ahead and kick it off. Definitely looking forward to this introductory presentation that I have on this coming Thursday.
Hey, pull the screen share down.
Oh yeah, on the value of storytelling, how it can enhance your communication, increase your visibility, make ways and opportunities for you seem seamless just because of your willingness to elevate your tone and use real life examples from your own life to make powerful points and impact. I believe the area where I need probably, I'd say prayer, because I know we've said that on here before, and I'm glad, again, to show gratitude, the fact that we got this type of brotherhood where we can have that. But just more so in the marketing of it. Because what I feel like is the audience is a specific audience that I'm trying to reach. It's niche, and finding the perfect segue to meet that audience and marketing in that area is where I'm having difficulty. But I know I'm going to definitely get there. I'm going to find them. I've been getting closer, I believe. But I think that's really the thing that's, I think I can hang up for me right now in regards to this. Because I know the information, know how to teach it, but the right or the ideal customer or client, haven't found them yet.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll definitely keep you in our thoughts and prayers. Obviously, I'll be able to tag along and give you some of my marketing expertise there. But to the tune of how we begin this call, man, your words are powerful.
Yeah.
And you attract what you want by being and speaking in the way that you should. So I want to challenge you to change up the way you approach that. Instead of saying, I need help in this area because I don't know how, change it to, man, listen, I have all that I need to attract the right people to be on this call with me so that I can give them what they need. Like, just focus on the thing that you know to be true versus thinking about the thing that you lack.
Excellent.
Because it's a perceived lack. It's not necessarily true.
Definitely perceived. And that was the first trick that was ever played on us humans, was getting us to walk past all the abundance in the garden to focus on the one thing we couldn't have.
Right.
What happened, right?
We lost it all.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
On to that point, I'll just go really quick. It's something powerful about staying the course,
Mm,
no matter what things look like.
mm,
And it's very easy to say when you're not like facing a storm and the waves are rocking up against the boat and you got a hole in the bottom of it and
mhm.
you can see the boat starting to fill up with water. It's very easy to talk about what you would do in that situation versus you actually being on the boat.
mhm,
But I am living proof that in the midst, like even the previous event that I did, in the midst of putting it together, somebody close to me was like, maybe you should just cancel it because nobody's gonna show up and this is not working out. Nobody's buying tickets. I don't think it's gonna, it was like they were trying to protect me. They weren't trying to harm me.
Right.
mm,
But I could have allowed their positioning and their defeated mindset to ruin the event for the people that came and got what they needed from me. You know what I'm saying? But in that moment, as soon as they said that, I said, hey, look, I appreciate you, but don't come to me with nothing like that ever again. I'm trying to build something and I don't need to hear somebody encouraging me to drop it and to give
Right.
up. I need somebody that's saying, hey, go forward. So I went forward anyway. It blessed the people. And that's the mindset you got to have in everything that you're doing. And that's where I am today with everything that I'm doing.
mm.
Yeah. So look,
Yes, sir.
like I said at the beginning, Tiffany and Crystal weren't here. The only way to become unstoppable is to choose not to stop.
Mm, mm.
Rob got the robes.
Yeah. Here, you can have the robe, sir.
Rob got the robes.
How do I follow that, man? So did he say his high and low?
Did we actually do high and low? I don't think.
Uh, high point and probably a low point, but I mean, low
Oh, like
points
the
is really
past
low
week?
points. Yeah, no, well, no, high points and low points for this coming week. Things that we got coming up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So really quick, high point of what's coming up. It's actually next Sunday. I'm having almost like a mini branding intensive at my house. So it's a 4-hour session. Gonna invite a few people in and help them build out some of those things. So Brad, if you were in Atlanta, it will be perfect for you to be here because
Mm,
we're gonna be hand holding, walking through CRMs and social media and marketing and all of that stuff. So I did not market it to the public, and it sold out within a couple of days. So I'm still on a high from that.
Okay.
And then the low point, I would just say, I don't know. I don't have any low points. My low points are high points.
Hey, can we
Yep.
get a cowabunga in the chat?
right? I was thinking that same thing. Is like, do we really want to focus on the low points, or we want to reframe them? Right? What's the high for the coming week? If I focus on the high, I won't even think about the low. And like, yeah, be aware that it's there. It's possible, but as long as I decided I'm unstoppable and I will not stop, that low point is not going to trip me up.
Mm.
You know, it's a cord on the ground, but I can see it, so I can walk over it.
Mhm.
So my high for this next week, man, I've had a lot of really cool meetings with a lot of really cool entrepreneurs this week, and like zeroing in on who I help has been a process over those last few years, and it's really I've always known who I could help. It was believing that I could help them, but you don't know if you can help someone until you start helping someone. So, you know, we tend to, I'll say me, and maybe you can relate. I tend to chase the people that I know they need what I have to offer, but they don't want it because sometimes they're just comfortable with excuses and being where they are. Like they think they want it, but they would rather kind of have that pity of, you know, if I don't do this, then someone will always care for me and take care of me and pity me. But I, you know, the people that actually want it, I don't perceive it as they need it because I feel like they're further than me. But see, the thing is, like, people have problems no matter what amount of money they have, and the people with money that have problems actually pay a lot more money to solve those problems. And so I've been putting myself around other entrepreneurs, and I see these problems they have, and I'm like, hey, I could fix that actually. So we sit and have a consultation, and I've had a few of those this week that have led to some really cool partnerships, 60-40 splits, 10% of companies, managing a restaurant potentially. And now it led to a mastermind I'm doing this coming Tuesday. She's going to pile all these people in this room, and we're going to mastermind, and she wants me to teach like I taught her. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. So this is, I'll encourage anyone that's an entrepreneur that knows an entrepreneur that's watching this right now. If you just take action, like think, what's the fastest thing I can prototype in a week? What's the fastest thing I could throw together in a week? Test it out. See if people, if it's even something viable. Like, you don't need to spend all this time building all the perfect branding, marketing, logo, systems, scaling. You can't scale without something to scale. And until you know what's viable or what people need, or you have enough data, you really don't have anything, and you're not going to find it until you take the first step. It's like driving to Mississippi in the dark. If you've ever been to Mississippi, driving in the country in the dark, there is no light except for your headlights. And so you have to trust that those roads are leading you on the way, and there's not going to be a deer or something that jumps out. Right? That's this faith walk. Like, if you really want to test your faith in God, become an entrepreneur, because that's all you have to depend on. There is not that drug of a paycheck. There's not that comfort of, I could just show up half-assed today and I'll be okay. It doesn't work that way. So I'm excited for this. The only low point I could possibly imagine is if I start fighting for my limitations or rehearsing what's wrong, which I won't do because I'm unstoppable.
Okay.
My man.
Unstoppable. I love it.
But in the case, you should catch me at a low point when you text me or call me. I need you to reach your hand through the phone and go whoosh upside the back of my head.
First of all, that was the
Visualizing that. That's an Animaniac. Yeah. That's an Animaniac type thing. Yeah.
Look, I won't slap you, Greg. I'll just say, what the duck are you doing?
There you go.
What the duck are you doing?
What the duck, baby?
And I don't want to leave these. I asked the ladies in the chat, like, what should we bracket next week, right? What should we do a tournament on next? I was grateful for them popping in, watching it, being a part of it. So I asked for their input on what we should do next, and they have some amazing ideas that I think would keep this thing going. And it's 90s sitcoms, songs, right? We pick 8 and everyone votes and narrows it down like we did today. So we could do different genres. We can do different time eras of time.
Oof.
Darwin's like, we don't have that technology still. Just wait, it's coming, right? We're gonna have those AI robots in the corner. Someone's gonna program our robot to come slap us upside the head.
Oh, man.
But I think Darwin's saying that because sometimes when we're all talking and we get to being who we are, I feel like she just wants to reach through the phone and slap us.
So we'll come up with a few different options for the bracket, and then we'll vote on that. But next week will be to finish out this current one and then decide what the next one will be.
Absolutely. Well, it's been another wonderful episode. Definitely a pleasure sitting down with you brothers yet again. John will probably join us next time. Prayers and thoughts are with him. Ladies, thank you for jumping in the comments and giving us so much inspiration and helping us decide a little bit about this bracket. We hope that you join us the next time. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody about it, because the Greatfull brothers are always going to be here to show you or just give you a little bit better perspective on how you can add gratitude to your daily life. So I pray everybody is blessed. And until the next time we meet, I pray the gratitude leads and guides you. And brothers, if y'all don't have nothing else, we'd like to say peace and good night.
Peace.
Peace and good night.